Hello, I'm Mallory. I'm a transformational coach talking all about law of assumption, God consciousness, how we're all one consciousness, just playing these characters, and how nothing's really quite as it seems. And in this dream of mine, I have stumbled upon an incredible material success prayer that has already changed my life. So, and I discovered it a little while ago, and I'd say it especially at a time when I was in a ton of lack. So I'll sort of go over that too. There's the lack state, which is basically the ego mind bullshit, where it's the limitation program, where this 3D world is super overwhelming and you're in a ton of scarcity and lack. And I have been living in that state most of my life. Even after my spiritual awakening, I still didn't quite process the truth of how really the real truth of life. And once you connect with your I am and your true sentience and your true soul and the truth of your being, that you are God and that you are here to master your ego mind. I mean, we still have our egos because we have to be these characters, but when you are going to master the limitation program and realize, no, I am abundance, I am powerful, I am fulfilled. It's my natural birthright to be rich. It's my natural birthright to have everything I desire. It's my natural birthright to create the life of my dreams and have it all show up right before me. And that's where the subconscious really comes in, and you have to keep reprogramming and reprogramming for good, for good, for good. And I've even seen a bunch of stories where people said they reprogrammed their subconscious, got super successful, and then sort of let go of it. And then like their business or whatever wouldn't do as good, but as soon as they'd get back into it, all of a sudden it would show up again. And that's why I believe you gotta stay on point with that subconscious. And that's where this prayer comes in. And it's already performed miracles in my life just today. So that's why I was like, I had to share this, because I knew about it, and especially at a time when I was in a ton of lack, I did repeat this. And I found it online, and there's tons of it online too, if you'd rather read it or whatever. But I'm making it a point to definitely memorize this prayer and say it, if you're into Neville Goddard, as my state akin to sleep prayer, because while I'm saying it, I naturally imagine things that I really want to create in my life, and it's just incredible. And last night I did it, and I repeated it and repeated it and repeated it, and I'm like, at this point, maybe there are a few things that I like mess up with it, but I have mostly, for the most part, memorized it. And it's incredible, because last night before I went to sleep, I kept repeating it, and then as soon as I woke up, I was like, I'm getting right back that prayer. And today I did have a total miracle, where another thing, I got into is Florence Scovel-Shinn's affirmations, and one of them is, I'm wide awake to my good, I never miss a trick. And I've been saying that daily too. And it turns out that recently, since I've been saying it, I went through some of my old mail, and I completely missed out on these when I wasn't paying attention, but I had 2 coupons for an oil change for $10. And I don't know, to some of you that might mean nothing, because maybe you're like really good at your car maintenance, and I unfortunately am not. My family is all incredible, but I'm definitely not gifted with that, unfortunately. But so I decided to make an appointment. It was at a dealership, $10. I'm like, whoa, this is dope. I'm usually paying a lot more than that for an oil change. And so I went there, and I had an appointment, and the guy that was helping me, I don't know, I had a really good morning, so I felt like everything was just gonna kind of flow like that. But his energy was kind of more like, he was wicked. He still was really nice, but it was still a little off. I don't know. So I was just like, oh, whatever, things can't be completely perfect. So I waited for kind of a while, but I had the time. And once And while I was waiting, I was just like, especially since I've been saying these prayers and everything and found the coupon, I was like, this is so amazing. I'm getting an oil change for $10 and or under even. And I was like, this is awesome. I'm so happy. This is just so cool. The little things, you know. And then once they were done, he came out and I had to sign the receipt that like I hadn't paid yet, and he's like, oh, this one's taken care of. And all I just saw were zeros. I didn't have to pay. And I was like, part of me was like, oh my God, thank you so much. But in my head, I'm like, I know like God is doing this for me. This prayer is just so powerful. And it was amazing. It was amazing. I was like, I just got I thought I was just gonna have to pay $10, and then it turns out I paid nothing. And I didn't even think of that. I was like, that's the beauty of God just surprising you once you really connect and realize that God is your immediate supply, that God is everything, God is everyone. And the more you connect with that truth, the more miracles happen every day in so many different ways. Because once you are linked with that God power, holy shit, expect miracles, because God's gonna fill it in ways that you can't even imagine. And that's exactly what happened for me today. It was amazing. I was just like, yay God, this is dope. This prayer is definitely connecting. So I have to share it with you. And it's a material success prayer. I apologize if I don't pronounce his name correctly, but he's a really incredible yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda, and I am so thankful for stumbling upon this prayer. And he definitely knew what he was talking about. He is extremely connected, and this is a powerful prayer. So for the most part, I did memorize it, but I'm sorry if I have to look down, because I do have it in front of me, but I am making it a point to memorize it so that every night before I go to sleep, I'm repeating it. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'm definitely repeating it too, because I know it's just going to set me up for success, set me up for those miracles. Because every day is a new day. I mean, every moment is a brand new moment, you know, living in the present. If you've watched my other videos too, you know I talk about how there's no past and no future. It's all in our imagination. Everything's imagination anyways. But when you're living in the now and you're living completely connected to God, knowing that God is my immediate supply, life is magic. So here we go. Material success. And he has some health affirmations too, and prayers that are, you know, just as good if that's something that you need help with. But this one's more so for abundance and in finances, but it's also kind of everything in one. It's just a really good prayer. So, thou art my Father, success and joy. I am thy child, success and joy. All the wealth of this earth, all the riches of the universe belong to thee, belong to thee. I am thy child. All the riches of this earth and universe belongs to me, belongs to me. I lived in thoughts of poverty and wrongly fancied that I was poor, so I was poor. But now I am home, and thy consciousness has made me wealthy, made me rich. I am success. I am rich. Thou art my treasure. I am rich. I am rich. Thou art everything. Thou art everything. Thou art mine. I have everything. I have everything. I am rich. I am wealthy. I have everything. I have everything. I possess all and everything, even as thou dost. Even as thou dost. I possess everything. I possess everything. Thou art my wealth. I have everything. you are straight up fulfilled after that prayer. And the more you keep repeating it, and then when you wake up and repeat it, it's like you are just set up for success. So I highly recommend that you get into this prayer, or I just hope that this video at least helped you to think a little bit more about how you really are consistently taken care of, and that God is your immediate supply. And life is incredible once you really realize that, and you really feel it, and you know it. It's amazing. So I really hope that this helped you, and thank you for watching. And I've got some other good videos coming up, so thank you for being here. I love you. Bye-bye.